Alright, so I've been having a lot of requests to make a video about how to play Siege 1.0. Um, Originally I got these files off of this website, um, but as you can see, it got taken down, I guess because of Ubisoft. I also tried going and seeing the Wayback Machine to see if at least you could pull the instructions up, but it looks like that's either not saved on here or it also got taken down off of here. Um, so anyway, I still actually have the files I used to download Siege 1.0. Just 1.0. There you had every single version on this website that got taken down, but unfortunately Ubisoft or somebody took it down. Um, so this is a tutorial on how to play Siege 1.0. First of all, you're going to need a torrent program. I use BitTorrent. You can also use uTorrent. Um, Either one works. After that, I am actually seeding. I'm creating a torrent for this Siege 1.0 with the crack in it, which allows you basically to play the game without having to go through Uplay. Um, and then the game itself, all the game files, I'm currently seeding that torrent up, and I don't know how long it's going to take. Uh, we'll see. Um, I unfortunately don't have the original torrent file, but anyway, so after you download the torrent file, you're going to open it up in uTorrent or BitTorrent or whatever other torrent file program you have. You're going to download all the files, and you should get something called Siege 1.0 wherever in your directory or wherever you wanted it. You're going to open that up, and you're going to this is not created by me. These files came from the website that got taken down. They have a cracked codex version. You have to be a little bit careful with this stuff. I would not recommend turning off your antivirus, um, even though people in other videos might say that. Um, when you open up this image, it's an ISO image. This is going to be an image file. You're going to want to open that up, and you're going to get something where it says codex, which is basically bypasses Uplay, and setup. Now, when I first downloaded this, the setup was very fishy because it plays weird music and it looks like it's a custom installer. Um, but I did it anyway, and I have Hitman Pro, Windows Defender, and Trin Micro, um, and they all didn't see any potential viruses at all. Um, and I have a pretty secure network firewall, so I'm guessing this is legit. Like everything, take it with a grain of salt. Might have a virus in it, but for me, I don't think it does. So you're gonna open up setup.exe. It's gonna play weird music, and the installer is really janky. Give it a second. Alright. Okay, so after you're opening up the ISO file, you're going to want to select what directory you want to install it in. I've already done this already, but I'll actually go through it again. Maybe. Let's see if it allows me to. Browse. Waiting for inputs. Maybe because it recognizes I already have it, or is it opening up on my other monitor? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's go like this. Alright, yeah, so this installer is very janky. So it's actually this installer, which is on my other monitor. Um, so you're gonna want to select where you want to actually extract all these files. I already did it underneath here. I'll just do it again just to show you guys. I don't want to start menu folder. Yeah, nope, you're good. So you're gonna install that. It's going to depends on your hard drive's read and write speeds. mainly write. Um, it's basically going to extract all the data from the ISO image using this installer. Um, and after that's done, this is basically just all the files from 1.0 when it got released. Um, it's going to take a little bit of time. You can probably skip ahead through this. I don't really want to cut this because I want to do it a full cut just to so you guys see exactly what happens. Um, oh, I didn't like that. Anyway, it should be, yeah, here we go, in here. So, as you can see, the setup.exe, that that got blocked, but you actually don't need to run that. So that might be what triggers the malware. I don't know. It blocks that. You don't need to run that. I would not suggest you run that. So if you go in here, you're like, oh crap, I need an activation code, right? So after you extract it to where you want, Uplay is going to pop up. It's going to be like, nope, you don't have an activation key. This is 1.0, it's not supported. So that is why you have, so then what you're going to want to do is then you're going to want to go to where you downloaded and installed the ISO image. You're going to go into this folder named crack. You're going to want to extract it, and you're going to see a bunch of basically Uplay dynamic link libraries, DLLs, and a configuration settings file. So after you're done with that, you're going to want to head over to where you extracted Siege 1.0, and you're going to copy all those items, and you're going to also want to replace them in the destination. So after you've done that, Siege then should be able to start up without Uplay popping up. And voila, there you go. Perfect as that. And I'll let it boot up just for proof. Now you're going to realize that it's in offline mode. I'll skip this. Yep. So you can still play situations. I think you can at least. You should be able to. Yeah, once you go through each one. It's also not going to connect back to Ubisoft. So if you want to play against people online, you have to get a program. After you get this all set up, you have to get a program called Tungle, which is essentially basically LogMe and Hamachi. What it basically does is it's a VPN client, I guess you could say. what it does is, like it says, global local area network. So basically what it does is you would sign up for an account first of all, and then you download the client. And this is the software. It's a little janky, but it gets the job done. It does a good job. So you'd log in with your credentials once you're creating an account. And after that, you can see the status down here. It takes a second to connect. You're going to want to go to then underneath where it says Network Explorer, Shooter. Um, this one is the Blood Orchid update. I actually don't have that version in 1.0. I don't remember what version Blood Orchid is, but you can also download the update files and put them into 1.0, and then you should be able to play Blood Orchid. But they also have a section right here, just Siege. That is just 1.0 vanilla. So you're going to want to, basically what that does, you're going to double click, left click on that, and it's going basically to join that local area network. So you can see all these people. So technically we're now all basically sitting next to each other in the real world. We're all on a localized network. So yes, this is a little bit dangerous, I'm not gonna lie. But as long as you have it good, that's why I don't recommend turning off your antivirus. If the Windows firewall is blocking connections through Siege, then yeah, I would allow that. Obviously, it does have ads on Tungle. I would allow that, but I wouldn't turn off your antivirus. Um, so then after you're connected through Tungle, right? This is all you have to do. You would you don't have to connect it and then open up the game. You can have the game open and then just connect to Tungle. I'm just doing this in that order. You'd have the game up. Let me start it up again. And yeah, in 1.0 you couldn't skip the intro. They added that later down on in future updates. And it's gonna say your profile or something. Yeah, there you go. So then you're gonna go to multiplayer, custom, local. Because remember, we're essentially all the people in that network can see each other. So just those 15 people. But hey, you're playing in 1.0. You usually get like 100 to 200 pings, sometimes more, sometimes less. Um, and there you go. I'll place some here, but you can also change your name. Um, where I'm guessing this is me, user. I actually don't know my. Oh, is this me? Glowstorm. Okay. So you can actually change your username in a configuration file down below. I'll show you how to do that right after this. Um, it's not that big of a deal. Your username really doesn't matter. Um, but I would suggest you change it because if somebody else is playing as it, Glowstorm, which is the default username, it might cause some issues. And yeah, like I said, the UI is just vanilla Siege. And I'll just play one real quick to show you guys and then leave. And you also have all the gadgets and everything unlocked. You just have to go, you can't customize your weapon in 1.0. So you're going to have to go back in the menu and customization and then select what um, sights you want and attachments, etc. And once it loads, I'll show you the ping. It's pretty bad, but it gets the job done. Yeah, so that's everybody's pings. And the destruction is different too. And yes, team killing is a little bit of an issue in this, but and there you go. Alright, I'll leave this. And now I'm going to show you how to change your username in game. So, what you want to change your username, you're going to want to go into two files, I believe. 3dmgame.ini. You want to open that up in your Notepad editor. I use Notepad++, but it can be anything. You're going to change this to whatever you want in the username section. Don't know if that matters too much. Let me see. And then there's another file. Yeah, this one I think is actually the one that matters, but since it reads it from that file, I think you have to change it in both of them. So you're gonna want to go into Save 3DM Games, go into the Save INI file, and you're gonna want to change the player name to whatever you want. And yeah, after that you should be good to go, and you should be able to play Siege 1.0. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Sorry if it was too long or something, but I just wanted to try to be as clear as possible. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below.